Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2 Season 2. Bit of a disaster last episode. Not really that much of a disaster, but we did get lost. But yeah, I've made my way back. We're now here at the other side facing the correct way. So we have 810 kilometers to go and I've already slept. Gotten some rest. So it's the morning now finally. Good weather, so perfect time to get started. Here's the plan for today. Probably going to take 400 kilometers. So let's maybe think somewhere here. We could probably end after we cross. Something like that. Right? Maybe. Right after the border is there a rest area. That would be a good, yes, destination. I think I am happy with that. Okay, looks good. In terms of countries that we'll be going through, that will be Serbia. And then I think we'll be stopping after we cross North Macedonia here. Good. Alright, and if you have some locals who are watching, feel free to say hi and wave. I'll try to catch you waving here in the footage. Alright, all good. Trusty truck. Not the best fuel economy at the moment, still 42.3. But hopefully as we get on the highway and keep on the highway, we can rectify that fuel economy quite a bit. Right, should be turning right here somewhere. Okay, maybe not yet, but let me put the map right there. We keep it zoomed out like so, so we have a bit of guidance and I don't get totally lost. So I am not familiar with these parts. Keep right? Really? Okay. Goodness, okay, I'll keep it on fully right now. I think with these kinds of highways, it's very prone for us to get lost, so I think just relying on lorry during these tricky intersections might not be enough. Good, let's keep it this way then. Man, look at these views. It's perfect sunrise and we still have those beautiful street lamps. Take it. I am a morning person for sure, so I'm really liking this view. Any other morning persons in here? I guess there's not a lot of us left. I think many people are more along the lines of night owls rather than morning persons. At least if you're into gaming, I think many of you will be night owls. But yeah, for me, I guess there was a time where I was sleeping late, but it was not a very long period. It was a phase for sure, but now definitely not. So I'm recording this right before the SCS stream, which I'll be joining as a guest, and that's going to be 1 AM for me, so I'm a bit nervous about it. I hope it went well. By the time you watch this, it would have finished already. So we'll see. We will see. I'll try to charge up before then so I don't get knocked out during the stream. They were joking around, but it might actually be a possible thing. Oh my goodness. But yeah, when SCS introduces me and they unveil the when they show my camera, then I'll be like snoring happily on one side. That might not be a very good first impression. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, this bridge with the red railings like this, it is beautiful, yes. And we keep on the center right here. Ah, yeah, so this is in Serbia. I remember this bridge, but I didn't remember where exactly it was. I just remembered it was somewhere here going south. Nice to pass through there. That will definitely be the thumbnail for this part. Faux show. Looks like it's down to 80 as well here. Interesting. And now it's 90 again. Haven't quite gotten the pattern there yet. Also, I'm looking at this road. It seems like this side that we're on has the dashed lines are a bit closer together. Does that mean that this lane will be cutting off? It's like in the UK, that's how it is, right? So I'm not sure. We'll have to pay close attention. This might cut off at some point. Maybe I shouldn't be staying here in this lane. It is. Yeah, there you go. I think it's more of like an on-ramp. If you're merging into the highway, that's the lane you start with, and then eventually you should turn left. Merge to the left lane. Oh my goodness, look at the weather, guys. Look at the weather and look at our speed. Yikes. Slow it down. Don't enjoy it too much. There we go. Alright, now let's get some fuel economy in. 80 again. Yeah, this 90 to 80 thing is very, very confusing. Maybe I should pay attention closer to the signs, huh? Okay, like here it's 60 already by the time you reach this point. But here it makes sense because we are going to a toll gate, so we really need to slow down. But the highways from 90 to 80, that part, it's still pretty blurry to me. But we'll try. We'll try to understand. We'll try to keep our eyes peeled, and if you notice any signs that I missed, I probably missed a lot, let me know. Okay, this one for sure. When we cross this 130, then we should be able to speed up to 90 again. There you go. Alright, that makes sense. Keep on this side here in the center. Man, it's nice to be driving through here again. It's been a while. It has been a while. I've never been here in real life. I have no idea if this place is accurate or not. I would imagine so, this being a ProMods area. Even the signage, I'm pretty confident that it's accurate. Those signs you've been seeing even in the previous part, right? I think that's depending on the visibility, right? It shows how many, I don't know, lights you can see in front of you. Maybe something like that. And that would vary the speed limit accordingly, depending on how bad the visibility is. Which it's kind of common sense, but it's good that they have the signs there to make it official. After all, as they say, right? Common sense, not as common as we might think. Getting more and more rare as time goes by. Just keep on the left here. This guy might try to join us at some point. Oh, 1 second. Why are these guys stopped? What's happening? Why did that truck stop in the middle of the road? Oh, it's a Renault. Probably broke down. Just kidding. Nah. I wonder what happened to that guy. Probably the AI. Yeah, probably just the AI. Being its usual AI self. Good. On the road. How about that sign? Looks like maybe a river. V. Morava. Are we passing through a river? I saw that SES blog, they just had a new post about like rivers and other bodies of water in Russia. That's looking to be a pretty promising DLC so far in terms of like geography. The size must be huge, huh? Russia DLC. And the amount of detail they're putting in looks pretty promising. Starting to look forward to that, although I guess it will not come anytime soon, probably 2022, right? Most likely. I'm not expecting a release this year. But we'll see. Anything can happen. Lots of things lined up from SES. Oh my goodness, how do you read these signs? Helicopter. Very nice. I like holding those. I like flying them better. Good. Still 90 all throughout, just the way I like it. Our fuel economy also starting to get better. 39.4. Not that good yet. But then again, we are traveling faster. 90 instead of the typical 80 kilometers for trucks. So that would make sense that it's a bit more, it's a bit harder on the fuel. But that means we get there faster, so that means we consume less fuel, right? Because we're on the road for less of a time. So that's where I guess the calculation would come in. Would be worth it to speed up a little to arrive faster, so that you are traveling less? That means you are consuming less fuel, or be a bit slower to have better fuel economy, but then you are on the road longer, so you'd be consuming that level of fuel for longer. It's a bit tricky. Wonder what the trick there is, how that calculation would work. Okay, let's start slowing down here. The engine brake should take us there, but let me assist it by stepping on the brakes just a tad. There we go. Not too shabby. And thankfully we have all these electronic toll gates, because I really don't like stopping in front of that barrier. It's going to make us literally lose all our momentum, and it's not going to be good for the fuel economy if you have to start from a dead stop. At least here we are slowing down immensely, but at least it's not that bad as a full stop. So in terms of fuel consumption, shouldn't take us too bad there. Interesting looking mountains up ahead. I bet that must look pretty scenic in real life, huh? I can almost imagine it. Highway this big, and then overlooking mountains in the horizon. Yeah. Guys who live here must be in for a treat every time they drive through these roads. Very nice. Okie dokie. There are these signs up again. So you can see there are like 3 dots on the right, 2 dots on the right, 1 dot on the right, and there are like clouds at the top to indicate that it's probably when it's foggy, and then the lights are probably representing how many. I think it's not a light, it's like it's these white things here at the right? Yeah. If you see 3 white things there on the ground, then that's the speed limit. If you only see 2 of them, that means visibility is bad, that you only see 2 of them. And if you only see 1 of those white arcs or white markings on the ground, then that means the visibility is that bad that you can only see right in front of you. And so accordingly you have to slow down, and those white things, right? Very nice. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so if it's 3, then it's normal. If it's 2, you're down to 60. If it's 1, you're down to 40. So 90, 60, 40 basically would be the speed limits. We should have done that in part 1. That's very interesting stuff. Yeah, they're probably not implemented in the game, right? It's going to be very hard to code that advanced stuff. Only SCS can do that, I imagine. But ProMods did a great job in putting that here in the first place, the signs, the markings, so at least we can roleplay and follow it accordingly. If the weather gets bad again, like in part 1, we can try and follow those signs right there. Yeah, with that. Very nice. Makes a lot of sense. Very simple rule actually, and very logical, right? So you have a clear idea how bad the visibility is and how fast you should be driving. Just look at those things and see how many white markings you see. But then again, what if it's snowing? Does it not snow here? Because if it's snowing, then the ground will have snow in there and you won't see any of the white things, the white markings. Interesting. I wonder what they do there. Oh crap, look at how sharp this thing is. This is not clumsy friendly at all. This is not clumsy proofed at all. I wonder if this is really like this in real life. This is definitely not a 90 km/h road. My goodness. I would have tipped over if I haven't been paying attention. Goodness, that was scary. I don't particularly like those kinds of highways. I would say normally they would be unrealistic, that they are the effect of a squished road because of the scaling. The bends become sharper, but in this case I'm not sure. It looks pretty intentional. Maybe it's like that in real life, a real traffic hazard in real life, because if it's that sharp in real life, like this bend coming up, not a huge fan of this one. Looks pretty too sharp for a highway. I'll have to slow down to make it. I would imagine there would be a lot of accidents in here if that was the case. No markings whatsoever, just bending like that. Not particularly liking that one. I'm very particular when it comes to bendy highways. The bend should feel natural. So, I don't know. If anyone knows more about this place, let me know. But yeah, that might be a point of improvement right there for this road network. More gentle slopes or bends. Anyway, the important thing is we survived it, and we didn't get harmed. We didn't harm the cargo, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, yeah, look at how sharp this is. My goodness, and you can even hear it in the cabin. The truck is barely keeping itself on the ground. Wants to lift up. One side is wanting to lift up. Okay, there you go. Just keep it there. Oh my goodness, let's have a look at the map. We're good here? Yes, we are good. We're doing good on the time, I think, because we're staying on the highway. But yeah, this is scaring me quite a bit. Ooh. Okay, we have to be mindful, we have to be careful. Maybe this is an older area of the road, what do you guys think? Because the textures are pretty, I would say subpar compared to the current textures we have nowadays. It looks very low quality and repeating, right? The tiling is not very good, so you can see the textures repeating, you can notice it. So I would bet that this area is a bit on the older side, but I might be wrong. If you have more info, let me know. But yes, I'm not a particular fan of this area right here. Feels more like the older parts of ETS2. Doesn't even have an auto toll gate, that electronic pass which was implemented, I don't know, since France DLC. So maybe this area is even older than that, I imagine. Either that or this toll gate really doesn't have an electronic pass in real life. Maybe. Could be. But yeah, that's just me nitpicking the map. But yes, that's the thing that I am. It's like a bittersweet thing, right? That's the thing I keep mentioning. The great thing about new areas, new DLCs, new map areas, is they contain the latest, the state-of-the-art findings and learnings. You know, the implementation is great, the textures look wonderful, the map making is one notch higher, so they keep on learning, they keep on improving, and that's perfect. But the problem is, when you go back to the older areas, you tend to notice the discrepancy more, because the quality is obviously is a lot more, the differences are a lot more obvious with the old versus new areas. So I don't know, maybe that area is old and this one looks newer, I think. I remember this area, this border checkpoint. I think I made a video on this. ProMods 2.30 maybe? I think so, yeah. This border checkpoint might be newer. The textures are also newer. So yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main gripe I have. So the natural tendency is to stay away from the old areas, right? And keep on driving on the new areas instead. And the result is, even though you have like a big map, you tend to stay on the new areas only, so the map becomes smaller. Even in ATS, we have something like that. Like compare the states of California, Nevada, with the newer ones, Colorado and Wyoming. Those are worlds apart in terms of quality, I would say. SCS has learned so much through the years that they applied in the newer DLCs. As a result, the older content, really, it's obvious how different the quality is. So I don't drive in those areas anymore as much as I can. So I'm really hoping that there is a project from SCS, from modders, to modernize those older areas, so you can have the big map again. I would even pay for that. That's a DLC in itself for me. I'm sure others don't feel the same, but for me, I'd gladly pay for it. An uplifting of the old areas, the UK, Poland, Netherlands, Belgium. Those areas are pretty old, and they are very much due for an overhaul, right? Oh, we're almost here. Nice. Just crossed over to North Macedonia, I believe. Yeah, those are the flags that we've been seeing. We have one final stop here. Yeah, indeed, Republic of North Macedonia. And then we'll end the part here and finish off this trip in the next episode. I kind of remember this route. Did I skip through that stop sign? My bad. I was enjoying the sights too much. Okay, let's go ahead and stop. I guess I can stop here. Just park over next to that truck. You have lots of parking areas in here. Maybe we don't have to stick too close to him. It might look creepy. Maybe this way instead would be okay. I think so. Right? 37.9. There we go. Fuel economy is getting better and better. Nice. Alright guys. Catch you in the next episode. Clumsy Trucking. We'll finish this trip then.